cream has risen to the crop. The best two teams have made it to the final. It's decision time in Hamilton. It's Fiji against South Africa. The 17th time these teams have met in a cup final. Contrasting pass through to the decider today. Fiji have really had to battle, but they've battled well. South Africa in more commanding form, despite the injuries that they have had. And how important it has been for them today to have the likes of Kyle Brown leading the charge. There he is, the South African captain. Fiji, well, they had to do it tough. They beat Samoa 12-10. They beat New Zealand 14-12. So it was tough for them. Jerry Tuwai has found his form late in the tournament, just as people were starting to wonder whether the burden of captaincy was impacting on his play. South Africa comfortable winners over Scotland this morning, 22-0. Then Australia 24-5. They have been, again, in outstanding form despite some serious injury disruptions. They come into this final without the likes of Ruan Nel, Phil Snyman. Quacka Smith has not been able to take his place. But no matter who's been injured, they've just been able to come up with the quality plays. Fiji, of course, so much support for them in the crowd here in New Zealand. So there they are, the best two teams to contest the final here in Hamilton.
Ladies and gentlemen, please now be upstanding for the national anthems of Fiji and South Africa.
So the national anthems of Fiji and South Africa, just confirming the starting lineups. Kwagga Smith will start for South Africa, coming into the team on day 2. And what a timely return to the team it has been for him with all the injury issues they've had. So Kwagga Smith, Kyle Brown, Tim Agaba, they're the forwards. Werner Kok, Branko de Pria, Cecil Africa and Siabelo Sinatla start in the backs for Fiji. Nasoko, Bakulu Nambili and Dranisi Nukula start up front. Tuwai, Nanduba, Sau and Nasila Sila in the backline positions. Richard Kelly is the referee for the final of New Zealand. Well, just after 8 o'clock in the evening New Zealand time. It's been a beautiful day here. Excellent conditions, just cooled down a bit now for these two quality teams. Alongside my great pleasure to introduce a great of the sevens going, Carl Tinana. What a final, and no question, the best two teams here, Carl.
Yeah, two very good semi-finals. Fiji, well, their work at the breakdown was a virile feature, and their offloads. They get those going, they're going to be hard to stop South Africa with. They used the deep kick in their semi-final to turn teams around, and physicality of Kwagga Smith was outstanding.
Nasila Sila to start things for Fiji, looking for their first tournament win since Hong Kong last year, and they've got it from the kickoff as well. Amazing performance, really. No matter who's gone down with an injury, other players have stood up. So much quality. Cecil Africa trying to get the pass away. It's been batted away by Burakuru Nambili. And the referee, I think, is reaching for his pocket here. Well, it's risk and reward. The risk is you go for the intercept. If it comes off, that's the reward. But if it doesn't come off, it's a yellow card. It's been spelt out to the players. It might seem tough, but Big Joshua has to go to the bin. And already South Africa have gained a little advantage here. Africa finds Branko de Pria. Agaba gets it away. That's a forward pass, though. Well, he was in good space, Kyle Brown.
They took it a step too far. The Tim Agaba should have given it a little bit earlier. Needs to give it there. Double pumped, and that's what caused the forward pass. But good defence from Nasila Sila. Very tough 30 seconds in to be down to 6 men. But if anyone can score with a miracle advantage, it's Fiji. Disadvantage, I should say.
So just two players in the back line. They've scored some typical Fijian tries in this tournament, but they've also had to dig deep on defence. Well, they tried the kick ahead, hooking it into a bit of space, and going back is Branko de Pria. Wasn't originally going to play in this tournament, but he's come right. Sinatla gets it away to Werner Kok, who has been in quite outstanding form. Huge influence on the South African team. And on the attack they go. Pass pulled down by de Pria. Misses the tackle. Does the Fijian defender. Kwagga Smith is over.
Well, he really has stood out since being introduced into the team at the quarter-final stage. They had the numbers on the outside. Branko de Pria has had a good start to this final, been very strong. Dummied on the inside, went on the outside, and Kwagga Smith has been a juggernaut.
Well, two players who initially weren't going to take part in this tournament. Branko de Pria, supposedly with hamstring problems, no evidence of that. And Kwagga Smith, this remarkable player who rolled an ankle late in the week, unable to play yesterday. Well, they didn't want to risk him yesterday, but they bring him in today with Dylan Sage being injured, and he scores the first try of the final. It's unconverted, but South Africa lead by 5-0.
The Fiji back up to their 7 now, so they just have to reset and take this kick off. They were very good in their quarter-final and semi-final. They need the ball here.
Now South Africa, there's their name on it. Champions of New Zealand last year, looking for back-to-back titles. Ranisi Nkula makes the break. Oh, he's striding clear. South Africa giving chase. Here comes Sinatla. Mows him down. Fiji still have it, though. They've got to score. and the kick gives them the chance to go ahead in the final.
And 22,000 supporters here for Fiji go up. What a break initially from Drani Sunukula. They come from all angles. Giobello Sinali does extremely well. You can look at the power on Drani Sunukula's face, but they kept their composure. They had a quick clean out. Good halfback from Nasilasila, gives it to Nduva, and Fiji score immediately.
The attempted conversion, bashes into the upright, so it's 5-all. But an exhilarating start to the final. Got away from Werner Koch, and that takes some doing. He's hardly missed a tackle all weekend.
Drani Sunukula, for a big man, just see the body shift, outstanding.
Going up by Cecil Africa.
No, your hands are on the ground.
Wins possession.
And then you came back on the ball.
And then gets the penalty too.
Fully releasing.
Kunavula.
Jeez, I thought this was tough on Fiji.
Was it Nasuku, I beg your pardon?
He didn't move. Cecil Africa went down. I thought he was okay to play that ball. Anyway, we'll move on. Here's the kick off, so he's lifted. Tough. Mike?
Thought he'd timed it perfectly. The referee did not think so. So now a chance for South Africa. Branko de Pria. Another player with great experience. 58 tournaments under his belt. Agaba goes high. Africa. Koch now. Nice slick move. Agaba thundering onto it. Big Tim Agaba. Tackle might have been marginal. Referee says it's okay. Koch swings it wide. Dupria now. Now into space for Brown. Kyle Brown, the skipper's in. Well, they're so slick the way they create these openings, and when they come, they don't miss them.
Yeah, double switch in the midfield off the line out. Taken well by Agaba, and you see him working straight away. Branko de Pria with Werner Koch, Agaba, and the big man on the angle. So tough to bring down. He gets right over the advantage line. And from there, 1, 2, 3, 4 Fijian defenders have to jam in. So there's got to be space somewhere. And Kyle Brown keeps it with. I think he's been outstanding, taking over the captain's armband.
The kick just wide. Well, you think about the workload that these forwards have had. Missing Nell, Sneyman, Sage going out today. Limited access to Kwaka Smith, and Kyle Brown has just continued to lead this team from the front. South Africa now back in front, 10-5. Deep kick now. Granny Nuku takes it. Ranisi Nukula, good strong run from him. Now carried on by big Joshua. Good work over the ball. Werner Koch involved again, taken quickly by Cecil Africa. Scooting away, dummy, gets it back to his great partner in crime there, Branko de Pria, and he's in. South Africa cutting loose. And it's the old firm that have done it.
Yeah, coming in and adding some injection. Werner Koch here releases, goes over the ball. They couldn't clean him out because of his great body position. And Cecil Africa, always aware, takes it quickly. You can see the defence of Fiji turn. Branko de Pria catches a very average pass. Stop and go, the awareness. Brilliant.
Oh, such a great combination that. Cecil Africa, Branko de Pria played so many times together. The kick is over. It's 17-5. This is the 16th cup final between these two. Fiji have won 9, South Africa 6, but South Africa in good shape at half-time, leading by 17-5 as they go to take their ritual 3 deep breaths.
Okay, what's the next play? We win the ball, we're going to win the ball back. Come on, we go back out, let's go. You get the next score, we're in. You've got to get the next score. Control the ball.
There's the message from the coach, Gareth Baber. He could do with a tournament victory. Such a hard act for him to follow, coming in after the great success of Ben Ryan. They've made the final, but they're spotting South Africa a 12-point lead at half-time.
Yeah, the thing is, South Africa are using that deep kick to jam them in the corner. Where they're also good against New Zealand, Fiji, is they moved the ball into space, didn't engage in contact, and at the minute they're trying to take on South Africa in the contact area. If they use those short passes and offloads, they're dangerous.
Well, that's what's at stake, a gold medal.
Now, South Africa's kick-off, they've gone long every single time in the 22. Now, Fiji, if they can shift it across there in the face and give Ronnie Sal an opportunity, then they can start threatening areas there. Sal ready to lift Jerry Tuai. Those boys need to get involved for Fiji.
Slightly worried look on the face of the Fiji captain as the ball is kicked off. But oh, Brown's got it for South Africa. It's been intercepted though. Now Sila's got it back for Fiji. And so now they can try and mount something from deep in their half. Carried out by Johnny Sinukula. Now it's Tuai. Jerry Tuai heads off down the touchline.
Did he touch that?
Sticking a hand out, Werner Kok. If he's touched that, he could be in trouble. No, the referee said he didn't touch it.
No touch.
Could have been a yellow card. No harm done, but Nasuku has it, and he can call. Oh, brilliant! What about the handling? What about the pass? Naduva scores! That is Fiji rugby at its best.
The entertainers of Sevens rugby. This is the bit of skill that you just can't not teach. Look at that, the no-look pass on the ball, and Naduva gets a second. Fiji are right back in this one. Wowee.
Unbelievable skills. Unbelievable vision, unbelievable flair. The try is converted. It's 17-12. Have a look at it again.
That's absolute instinct right there. Top draw. Don't you love it when they're in this mood?
Well, Walker Smith has stopped a lot of action in his time, but there was nothing even he could do about that. Fiji fans happier now. Their team's back in it. Still a long way to go. A lot can happen in 5 minutes. Fiji kickoff. Grimalua, the man giving chase, batted back on the Fiji side. Well, they've found their mojo heaven. Here's little Jerry. Jerry Tuai scoots off up the middle. Now Sila. And the referee has the arm out here. It's a penalty. It'll be a yellow card. It's trouble.
You've tackled the man without the ball, it's a yellow card.
And it's Bronco de Prea, who's been outstanding for the Blitz blocker.
Guys, where does the
Fiji,
ball land?
we're down to 6 men. South Africa were able to take advantage. Fiji get the opportunity now. Now Sila sees there's no one there.
Just here. Yeah, do it now.
Well, you can't argue with that. The arm went out.
12 white, sub.
Making a change here, Fiji, bringing Vatimo Ravovo on.
Sorry.
I think the Sila's the man going off, but, well, great field position here now, Carl.
What do you do?
They're getting the offload game going, this Fiji team at the moment, Tony. You can see the momentum's definitely shifted. The crowd's found its voice. And a long way to go on this one before it's all said and done.
Well, they're going to call a scrum. And that will leave South Africa a defender short in the back line.
Yeah, very good call. Very good call. There's going to be 8 players in and around one area.
What are you saying? Crouch.
So they'll have no one defending at halfback.
Bind.
That's the plan.
Set.
Tuai fishes it out. Tries to get away. Garber stuck a hand out. You've got to be careful with that. Now breaking them up the middle is the man who's just come on Revolver, but he's given it away. He's given it away to Tima Garber. Big defence, though, coming in from Nanduva. Garber has to go back. Well, they're on their heels a bit here at the moment, South Africa, but they won't panic. Werner Kok trying to get on the outside. Looking to link up with some supporting runners. Oh, what a run from Werner Kok. Fiji, though, sense a chance to counter-attack. They counter-ruck and they've got the ball back. This This is amazing. And I've got another one. Nanduva has 3. Incredible.
The counter ruck from Fiji, brilliant. Jerry Tuwai over the ball. He got some support as well. Vunikock with an outstanding break, but he comes to Jerry Tuwai, affects the tackle, gets up, gets some help. They pick the ball up, they give it left, and they go the open. Look at this drop off. The one fin, and from here, he always knew he had Nanduva on the outside, ready to wrap. They execute it beautifully, and the fancy finish. All square, kick to come.
Look at the reaction of the fans, the Fiji fans and the neutrals applauding alike. And Fiji are in front, 19-17. Oh, that's sin binning. It was crucial. Back to 7 now, but damage has been done.
Okay, let's kick when I blow time.
Fiji won their last kickoff. Kyle Brown knows he needs some possession. His team desperately need the ball.
Oh, just an injection of confidence into this Fiji team. They've got momentum now. What can South Africa do to quell it? Well, not that. Kyle Brown, of all people, doesn't field the kickoff. And here they come again, the flying Fijians. And the man of the moment, Nanduva, trying to get round the outside, manages to keep the ball in play. There's just been a little knock on, though.
Oh, great save defence there from South Africa. And I actually think it was South Africa doing some brilliant work. Here's the lift. Kyle Brown, not under pressure, just took his eyes off it at the last. Vunikock jams in. Great work by Seabalo Sinatla. And South Africa, there's the little knock on.
Nanduva is taking a moment to stretch his hamstring. In fact, he's going to have to leave. He'll have to be content with 3 tries. He's gone off.
Fiji are going to rush up here in defence and try and rattle the cage of South Africa. They're going to have a hit up somewhere close. Look for Vunikock.
Time back on. Crouch. 5. Set.
Chant of go, Fiji go. Well, South Africa, what can they do? They do give it to Cock. Who better? Nice little wrap around from Branko to Priya, but not a great pass. Sinatla has to go back. Time to recover, though, and almost got away on the outside. And Ronnie Sal made a very timely touch.
Behind the mark.
And they get a penalty.
Holding on.
This is the biggest defensive play of the tournament for Ronnie Sal. 1-on-1. Here they go.
They take the tap. One more, and that might just be enough. Oh, Brown comes in with a big tackle on Tuwai. Mundu. Branko to Priya, smashed out of the way as he went looking for it. Controlling possession, the key now. Rabobo, backed up by Kunavula. Wading through the tackle of Africa. Quickly through the hands. Ronnie Sal, and that should do it for Fiji. He's been a try-scoring machine this weekend. And that is the most important of them all. His 5th might just be enough to seal it.
Well, I take it back to that one-on-one tackle against Seabalo Sinatla. Ronnie Sal has to go back for the pass, but the sledgehammer puts it down. He has been brilliant, the number 11 for Fiji, over the last couple of days.
Well, is there going to be time to restart? The clock ticks down. Here's the attempted conversion. It's not successful. What does the referee say? Is he bringing them back to halfway?
Yeah, he took it before the whistle. Yep.
Well, there's still hope that South Africa, with a converted try, could force extra time. It's not over yet. Well, one of those weekends, you don't want it to end. It's been so good.
We're good, and I'm right.
Well, South Africa, their tournament rests on this, obviously.
Okay,
the defending champs, have they got one more play? Fiji, are they going to be crowned the new champions of the New Zealand Sevens? Here we go.
There's the kickoff, not taken. Not taken. It's all over. It's Fiji. An eruption of emotion from this Fiji team. Well, it's been a long time coming here in New Zealand. 2010, the last time they won it here, that was in Wellington. Carlton Nana, we saw a fantastic demonstration of all the things that make them special.
Yeah, two very different game plans, wasn't it? The physicality of South Africa, and then the offloading ability of Fiji. What an epic final they put on. The emotions there for everyone to see.
Well, South Africa, such a quality team. You'd have to say that sin binning really damaged them. It was around that time that Fiji were finding momentum. Well, they got their mojo back. It's the first time on the current circuit that they've even medalled, and they desperately needed it to stay in touch in this race. 4 tournaments, 4 different winners. That's the story of the 2017-18 HSBC World Series so far. What a performance by Fiji.
Well, I think that just shows you how competitive it is on this circuit now. Anyone on their day can produce magic. South Africa were ruthless in their first couple of games, were outstanding in this final, but the flair of Fiji, the confidence, as you spoke about, comeback. Oh man, what a final.
Well, South Africa is a special team. They are a great side, and it takes magic to beat them. And Fiji able to produce those magic moments in this final.
We talk about 4 different winners. South Africa have been every single cup final so far. The 1-1, lost 3, but they always give them a chance. They're just that good. It takes a very good team to beat them, and on this day, it wasn't their day, it was Fiji's.
Yes, and of course with New Zealand finishing 4th, they will actually stretch their lead on the table. Think about all the disruptions they've had with their injuries. For them to still be so good, it speaks volumes for them, but it's Fiji's night, and they give thanks their own way.
Well, Jared Tuwai, captain of Fiji, congratulations. Your first title for this current series. How good was that?
First of all, I'd like to thank God for the strength and the win today. All the glory to Him. Right now, I'm speechless. We have a very young team coming through the series, and I'm really happy with the guys on how they perform. It was a team effort today.
What was the message when you were behind South Africa? What were you telling the boys?
I told the boys, this is the last game. After this, we go home. So we'll just play as a team and give everything.
You did give everything out there. What does this win mean now for Fiji in the future of this current series?
As I said, we have a lot of new boys in the squad, and I think this will build up our morale and going to Las Vegas.
And South Africa, they're always a hard opponent.
South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, they're all very hard team. And this series, all the teams are really hard nowadays.
Would you like to give a special message to your family and many fans back in Fiji, in Fijian?
Yo, binakabakalebo na bitoko ni na kami balebo na singo na kanikuha. Tingnan tungko, bigyan maybe titranga, binakabakalebo na masu. God bless.
Jared Tuwai, Fiji, congratulations, champions of Hamilton in 2018.
Thank you very much. God bless.
Well, they had to do it tough. They had to battle their way past Samoa, had to battle their way past New Zealand, and had to come from behind to beat South Africa. It'll be great for Jerry Tuwai, just as people were talking about the weight of captaincy on his shoulders. He's come up big. Let's head back down to the sideline. Standing by for the presentation now.
Well, before the presentation for all the medalists, let's now bring in the player of the final, the HSB player of the final, and it is Eliseo Savita Naduva, 3 tries, and we've got Glenn Tonks from HSBC to hand over the award. Well, what about that? 3 tries. How good was that?
Very good. Firstly, I want to thank the Lord for giving me such a wonderful talent. I want to thank my family. My mom is around here with my uncle. Come a long way from Fiji. I want to thank them for supporting me, and to my dad back at home, and to my family, and to all the loyal supporters of Fiji Airways Rugby Service Team.
Now, HSBC player of the final for 2018, 3 tries, a wonderful effort. Congratulations.
Thank you.
He was brilliant. 3 tries, special effort from Eliseo Naduva. Let's head down to the presentation area now, and Willie Lawsey.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what a fantastic weekend it has been here in Hamilton at the New Zealand HSBC Sevens for 2018. What a final round, what a final, and can I have a round of applause please for South Africa and Fiji. In fact, for all 16 teams who have absolutely adored being here, thank you Hamilton, thank you New Zealand. Now I'd like to introduce the dignitaries. To my immediate right is Morris Trapp, the President of New Zealand Rugby. Alongside Morris is Mark Egan, Head of Competitions and Performance from World Rugby, and the major sponsor of the competition from HSBC, Glenn Tonks, who is the Head of Retail and Wealth Management. Can I now please ask the Australian team, your bronze medal winners, to come forward to collect their medals. Tom Connor, Tim Anstey, Lockie Anderson, Charlie Taylor, Tom Lucas, James Stannard, John Porch, Sam Myers, Sam Croak, Dylan Peach, Ben O'Donnell and Matthew Hood. A win in the quarterfinals against Kenya, the loss to South Africa in the semi-final, and in the bronze medal match with the drop kick to win it, 8-7, Australia. The silver medalists here in Hamilton, South Africa. What a tournament, what a team they've been. Tim Agaba, Kyle Brown, their captain, Kwaka Smith, Werner Koch, Branko de Preer, Cecil Africa, Siabalo Sinatla, Sekumbuso Nutsi, Zane Davids, Roscoe Speckman, Justin Hiddelt, and Stedman Hans. Great win in the quarterfinal against Scotland, and then making amends for that loss to Australia last week in the final, and beaten finalists here in New Zealand. And your winners for 2018, they felt like they were back in Suva. Why wouldn't they? Here come Fiji! Kailoni Nasoko, Joshua Vakulanumboli, Paulo Danaisikula, their captain Jerry Tuwai, Ayasalo Sovita Naduva, one of the great players of the weekend, Eroni Sao, Eramoni Nasilasila, Vasikali Munda, Jasafira Malua, Nesiluami Kunuvalu, and Vatemo Ravovo. Tremendous ambassadors following up their success at the Olympics of 2016. Jerry Tuwai, the captain, receives the medal. And now I'd like to ask Glenn Tonks to please hand over the cup. Not since 2010. They're back, they're winners in 2018 in New Zealand, Fiji!
So as the sun sets over the Waikato, we come to the end of the weekend. This is what it's done to the points table. And now South Africa, despite losing the final, have an 8-point lead. Fiji now move up to third place, closing in on New Zealand, 7 points behind. A much-needed win for them. Then Australia, Argentina, England, the United States, Kenya, and down towards the bottom. Well, it's Russia in that precarious 15th place. Halfway through the series we are now. Here's our performance tracker for the weekend, and in the end, it was Ciabello Senatla edging out Manuel Sainz of Spain by 1 point to Ronnie Sale. What a great weekend he had for Fiji. He was in third place. Then Luke Morgan for Wales, Werner Koch, another one who was just tireless all weekend. Justin Douglas and Sam Dixon, the other names on that list. Well, all smiles for Fiji, and I'm sure big smile on the face of their coach, Gareth Baber. You're always under pressure when you coach a Fiji. How is he feeling about it all? Well, he's with Greg Clark.
Thank you, Tony. Yes, Gareth Baber. Wow, what a final.
Yeah, it was good. I think every of our games sort of over the last 2 days has been a bit like that. We were down at half-time, but you know, with the Fijian boys, that you're always close to getting a score somewhere, and as long as we can make some of those passes stick. But I was proud of the way that we defended. I was proud of the way that we went about our business, and we deserved that in the end.
Well, right throughout this current series, 4 events now, we've seen glimpses of that Fijian magic, but they finally put it all together for you in that second half.
Yeah, they're a new side. I mean, they're not the side that came here last year. There's been huge numbers of changes in the squad, but the players that are now coming in and coming to the fore, it's been a process. It's been over about 4 or 5 months of getting these players to where we need them, and now you're seeing the benefits of that training, and long may it continue.
Time to celebrate now, but will this group now keep their feet on the ground?
Absolutely. Look, we've won one tournament. We know we're behind it in terms of South Africa, New Zealand and Australia and how they've led the way. We've got to go back to Fiji. We've got to work hard in developing our game even more, but obviously not lose what we're good at, and that's what we saw this evening.
Gareth, on a personal note, how difficult has it been for you to take over this team in a rebuilding phase? And I'm sure there's been some criticism somewhere because you expect the Fijians to be on top most of the time. So just how difficult has it been? And it must be a relief for you now to get that first title under your belt.
Yeah, it is tough. I mean, obviously, they achieved great things, but there was a transition in place, after the Olympics. There's a couple of players that have still left in the squad, and, they're assuming leadership positions and driving the squad on. But it is tough. I mean, you've got to reinvent the team. You've got to create a culture about them to go and win games and win tight games like this. We haven't had that until recently, and now we look like we're going in the right direction, which is positive for me, positive for the team, and positive for Fiji.
Well, we look forward to Vegas in about a month, and of course Commonwealth Games and World Cup in San Francisco. There's a lot ahead of you. All the best.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much.
Yeah, a little drink of the blue stuff out of the cup. It's exciting. It's an exciting time for the game, Carl Tanana. When you look at that, 4 different winners, high quality competition. At this time, the honours are with Fiji, winners of the New Zealand Sevens for 2018.